What's up guys, welcome back to the Mighty 4Age build. We got Josh here today. Josh is out here giving us a hand and helping out, and obviously I agreed with Josh through this build to sort of let him do most of it basically. And we're going to try and teach Josh how to put an engine together. Charlotte's trying to get out of the shop, doesn't want to be in the shop. So anyway, they're out here today. We're getting started on a few things. As you can see, the engine room's a bit frickin' chockers. We made a bit of room for us here today. I did want to put the 4H on a stand, but we've got to put another engine here this week to rebuild, so with the 4H in here as well, it's just going to be too much. So we'll leave the 4H on the ground where it belongs for now. In the ground. But as you can see, we've got everything back. Josh has gone and got his bearings. I think there's more parts in that box there. What's in there, Josh?
Just VRS kit, like seals and stuff. I still got to get thrust washers and rings, but don't want to be far off, so we'll thrust washers.
We've got to measure up the balls before we get rings anyway.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out.
Beautiful. So we've got everything back from the machine shop. It was actually a bit of a saga. So we sent down the 4AG ZE head, which is the one with the drain, which is this one here. And it turned out, what was up with that one?
So it was too porous, went too soft. So someone
thought it was soft.
Yeah, so someone's obviously let it get too hot. I think that's Pecky's old head. So what has happened? I think he's overheated it. And what's actually happened is when you obviously duty cycle of hot and cold, I dare say, they said it's just gone really soft, so when they went to do a hardness test, it would be borderline fucking useless. Yeah,
you have that issue of pulling threads and stuff like that. It is a problem with them. So then you sent down the other head we had off the other 4AGE, and it had been decked too many times.
So decked too many times. So all up, the deck clearance from standard to what it was 45,000. So it'd be good for a really high comp NA build, which I ended up selling to a guy for that particular reason, because as I said, throwing boost with that sort of a deck is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, not with 98. So basically, it'd been decked too many times. Wasn't going to suit our application, and it did have to be decked again. So it was going to be too high a comp for us to do what we want to do on 98. So then Josh actually had to bite the bullet and pull the motor out of his Corolla, which he did. That's what he was trying to avoid the whole time. That's why he had these two other engines. He wanted to build this engine slowly while he could still drive his car. But it turned out he ended up having to just pull that motor out of the Corolla, because that's the head he ended up having to send to the machine shop to get done after all that, which it did. So it's back here. It looks amazing. Big shout out to our boys there at SP Automotive Engineering there in Deception Bay. As you guys know, or people that have been watching our engine builds for a long time know, we've always had a fair bit of trouble with finding a reliable machine shop that did things in a timely manner. And since we sort of started going at SP, we've been super impressed with the quality of the work and the turnaround. It's been awesome. So big shout out to those blokes. And so today, instead of getting the engine onto the stand, decided we're just going to start off by doing some rod bearing clearances, and we'll get Josh on the tools here, on the measuring tools, and we'll start
learn some things.
Learn a few things on how to do some bearing clearances. So we're using King's bearings. Let's go. So anyway, you know the rest of the story. For me, it's been a long time, but for you guys, I think you would have just watched the videos because I haven't put any out yet. So anyway, all cheap stuff, and it's all machined up awesome, cleaned up awesome. It's all looking really good. So Josh is stoked. His $500 deal has certainly paid for itself at this point. So our pistons are in there. They've all been, cleaned up and stuff, wire locks and that. So everything's back here, and we're looking gravy to get this thing together and excited to get it in the car. We were hoping today to prep for paint for the block, but it's a terrible day for painting, and like I said, don't really have the room to put it on a stand because we got too much other crap in here. That should be in the car, that should be gone, that should be in the car. This still, that's right. That's
RV said in a bin.
No, it can be in here. It's allowed to be in here, that one. So have a look at this, see how much they've had to take off these 3 rods to get them right, and this one's, they've not taken any off it, so anyway, that's alright, as long as they're balanced. Still pretty good for the money.
Yeah, $500 ain't bad.
Yeah, not only for that, for all of the the turbo kit that's on the Corolla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we'll get this crank open and start doing some measuring. All right, so the main tools we're using today: stretch gauge, micrometer, and bore gauge. So
let's go.
Let's do it. Big anus.
All right, we're on to the last rod. The rest have all come up pretty good. Pretty much leaving Josh to do this last one on his own. But the rest have all come up pretty well between 1.5 and 2.0, which is pretty much bang on exactly what we want for this thing. So get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, mate.
Nervous.
You're a bit nervous.
bit noisy.
You just did a few of them.
Yeah, no, just camera wise. Like.
Ah, nervous on camera.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, right, mate. Did you do your hair this morning? Oh, bonky donk. The old stretch gauge back on it, mate.
Back on, so we're up between that 4.5 down 5 down, yeah?
Yeah, around that 5 down.
So we're about 4.5 there?
Perfect. Look at this guy.
4.5.
Master engine builder over here.
In the making. Oh, in process.
Yeah, we'll get that, mate. It's all just nuts and bolts.
Yeah, basically big Lego, right?
Yeah, that's it. Big Meccano.
Big boys Lego. Wait, should I be worried that I failed building blocks at school?
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, that's rod bearings sorted. Pretty happy with that. Happy with how they come up. So, stomped. So I guess another thing we can do today is actually get the pistons on the rods. You get to introduce you to wire locks.
I don't know what they are, but
you're gonna hate them.
Sounds fun by the looks on your face.
You're gonna hate them, trust me. Alright guys, so we are just gonna have to buy new wire locks. I know before everyone jumps on the thing saying you're not supposed to reuse them, I understand that, I know that. Don't come at me. But yeah, they're just, I thought we'd just see how these go, but they're not gonna work. We're gonna have to buy new ones, so. Because they left one side in for us at the machine shop, which was nice, but yeah, we're just gonna have to buy new ones. So. New wire locks it is. So, that's where we're at today, and that's where we're at today.
That's
so
right.
Get it back out. Might gotta get the wrist pins back out of the freezer for now because
yeah, no point freezing them too long, I guess.
Nah, not until we got the wrist pin, wire locks. So anyway,
we got everything to go.
We'll pick this up next time we work on it. What's up, guys? It's only been about another 6 months, and we've finally got the 4H on a stand after all this time. So Josh has ventured out again today.
Yes.
To do some work. Still don't have any wire locks, so we can't really do a lot more with this assembly, but obviously we still need to clean up the block and we still need to paint the thing as well. So that's what today's going to be about. It's not particularly a good day for painting, it's windy as, but at least the sun's out, so we'll try and get this thing painted. So yeah, today's just going to be a matter of mask up and we'll give it a clean up first, mask her up and lay some paint on it. It's going to be the plan. Just looking at the casting. Like underneath here where these drains come out, where the block's actually cast, the edges are all really rough, super wild, so I'll get the die grinder out and clean up a few edges on the old casting, get it a bit nicer, and yeah, give it a clean up and
yeah, make it pretty.
Make it pretty.
Yeah, that's what's most important.
Pretty.
Gotta be pretty. Gotta have a pretty upskirt.
All the oil ports. Oh, wait, I'm right to do that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
into it, mate.
oh man, I've got to do this. Don't look.
Cookie in it.
Alright, yeah, let's decently clean them up, flip it over, do the top side bit.
Yeah, flip her over, mate. So tiny.
Here's our
Oh, how's the bloody service, mate?
see who gets the bungee mug.
Average.
Imagine
Alright, we've got a black block. Just painted this one out of the can just because it's so freaking small that I just couldn't be bothered actually mixing up paint for it. It would have been a lot of bother to mix up paint and we would have used half of flap oil to do it. But anyway, there you go, mate. We've got a black engine block.
black engine block. I reckon it looks good.
Looks good, eh? Looks good. Not bad. Not bad. Looking bloody good.
Yee.
So you can see in there where I sort of just cleaned those castings up with the die grinder. Got some of the really gross edges off, but yeah. She's just about getting ready for assembly, mate.
Yeah, make some puppies, some horse puppies.